Good morning, I'm Tecla Maggioni and I'm working for Submon, which is an NGO based in Barcelona. We work for the conservation of the marine environment and we promote a transformative change in the way society interact with the ocean. So today I will present you some case studies for the topic of public awareness and communication to enhance ecosystem-based management. So, ecosystem-based management considers the entire ecosystems, including humans, and its goal is to maintain an ecosystem in an healthy, productive, and resilient condition. So, the projects I'm going to present are initiatives that were done basically to engage people and empower people to maintain this ecosystem in healthy, productive, and resilient condition. The second case study I would like to present is called Un mar sin desperdicio, meaning no litter at sea. The general aim of this project was to spread awareness on the issue of marine litter and increase environmental stewardship and the sense of ownership of the coastal environment. The target of this project were schools and education center of Spain, focusing especially on the Mediterranean coastal area. As I said, it is an educational project, so we created educational booklets to improve awareness on the issue of marine litter, but also we provide trainings for schools and we develop a protocol for beach cleaning. And last but not least, we implement an initiative that is called Adopt the Beach, which was very good for students in schools that were actively engaged in this initiative. So here we have the challenge. So as you might know, in terms of marine litter, the Mediterranean Sea is one of the most affected areas in the world, having the highest amounts of municipal solid waste generated annually per person along its coast. And the Mediterranean Sea has the fourth highest concentration of floating marine litter in the world, with approximately 22,000 tons. As you can see here from this UNEP report, we have many different types of litter, for instance, plastic, glass, metals, cloth, rubber, and as you know, the marine litter is like everywhere. It's not just floating, but it's also on the seabed, is in the water column, and is on the beaches. So the process, Submon No Litter at Sea project was born out of the need to transmit to young people the importance of conserving clean seas and ocean, and in turn to involve them and encourage them to play an active role in this respect. So the first action was the development of booklets for school. We visited school all around Spain in order to engage them with lessons and small workshops in order to increase their awareness on marine litter. Then we developed a document to establish a protocol for the collection and classification of marine litter at the beach, because it's kind of interesting to know which type of litter is found at the beach and which amounts, but also where and when. So this could be a good information also to know better which are the origins of marine litter. The last initiative, the last action, is like a more practical activity, and it was the involvement of school in the conservation of the good environmental state of the beach in their municipality through the initiative Adopt the Beach. So schools were involved in three main actions. Of course, the beach cleaning activities, following the protocol that we developed. Then there was a part of discussion and brainstorming of proposals. So they were looking at the data that they collected, and they tried to find solutions and in ideas in order to limit the problem of marine litter at the beaches. And then once they collected some ideas and proposal, they can communicate with the city council in order to ask them to implement their ideas. And for instance, an outstanding example of proposal that we received by school is in L'Estartit. Students went to the beach and they observed that one of the main problem that causes the dissemination and, let's say, the dispersal of litter at sea was the fact that the bins that were installed at the beaches were not covered with leads. So in case of strong winds, but also in case of other adverse weather condition, those bins were toppled, and of course all the litter that was inside the bins were spread all around the beach. So they asked to the municipality to install some bins with lids that actually are limiting a bit the problem of marine litter. And as it regards the project achievement, of course, we had the implementation of the service learning approach. So students were trained and now they became active players for the conservation of the beach. Also, we established this link between schools and city council in order to implement some solution to limit the issue of marine litter, and also the establishment of a network of adapted beach with the idea that schools are active players now in the conservation of the good environmental status of the areas, and they are going to the beaches to do regular monitoring and surveillance, and they take notes on what is going on, what are the main litter that is found, and also they are, like surveying the general status of the beach. So it's kind of nice because they are now active player and they are now part of the solution.